It's coming about. We laugh, baby.
We all the way.
We laugh, baby.
We all the way.
We laugh.
And we are.
Laugh, laugh, laugh,
And we
laugh,
are.
laugh. We laugh. We laugh. Laugh, 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 laugh. L-I-V-E. We laughed in.
So
None of that was planned.
Herbal Tea Thursday, the
Laughed
Wellness Live
in, baby.
series with It's Your Healthy Habits and Lifestyle Coach Giovanni. And I got my girl,
Sheree from Black Print, Voices of
Hey,
Love,
hey,
Perspective
hey.
Studio Productions.
Okay, my bad. Healthy Habits and Lifestyle Coach Giovanni from 4 Vibrations, host of the Empowered Plates Empowered Lives podcast, baby.
I don't even know what this does. What does this mean?
It was the live.
Oh,
It was the
okay.
Okay. Oh my God. You ready? What we drinking?
Aqua.
Aquas, coconut water.
Bam.
Let's go.
No, because I need this.
Y'all, welcome back, baby.
Let me put up this volume.
Welcome back, y'all. Welcome back.
What
So,
up?
y'all, it's another episode, and we about to get checked in by Shireen. Y'all, don't forget, if you're not watching this live and you're catching the replay, make sure you check in with us. Let us know how you feeling, how your week's going, how the vibes are flowing. We still want to hear from you, even if you miss us, because we know sometimes we show up on a Thursday at different times. And so we want to be able to still know how you're doing too.
Absolutely. Okay, so let's check us in. Oh yeah, that's like 10. We ain't doing 10.
And
not. But we'll take the bottom one because it says 3 things that feel good for you right now. No.
3 things that feel good to you right now.
For you?
For you or good? Feel good for you? What is it?
3 things that feel good for you.
Good for me. Good for me, y'all. This coconut water feels good for me right now. It sure does, because hydration is a thing for me. And I typically only like to get it from juice. I do not like regular water. And then even with coconut water, I like it, but I have to drink more of it and be mindful. Like, have I drank any water today? And y'all, this is my first can of coconut water. I did have a bottle of Harmless Harvest water, and that's it. And so hydration is big for me. So being able to drink this coconut water is good for me. What else is good for me? Y'all, I think I told y'all. If I didn't tell y'all last week, I don't think I told y'all last week. But y'all, I was doing that 220 days on the high raw journey. Got on the scale the other day. Y'all, I have gained about 16 pounds in less than a month after getting off that high raw journey, eating more high carb foods, breads, pastas, fried food. And so I am getting back to the low carb, high raw foods that made me feel so much better, had me at a healthier weight. And it's just overall good. So over here in this bag I got over here, I have a cauliflower wing bowl. So that's one of my favorite low carb options, but cauliflower is lightly fried. It is gluten-free. Kimchi, all the good things in it. I'm excited about it. That's going to be good for me. That is going to be good for me. And then what else is good for me? Showing up on this live
Herbal Tea Thursday.
And being able to have a voice and being able to be visible about being on a wellness journey, and just allowing y'all to be a part of it with me. And so this is what's good for me right now.
I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. 3 things per mois. So honestly, right now I'm getting a text message from a client, a new client that we've been like nurturing the relationship.
Okay.
We got to nurture. And she has her first session on Sunday morning. And she just sent me a text. And her text says, "So glad we met." Right? Like, we haven't even filmed yet. There's no recordings. No. This is just energy exchange. Energy. And so one thing that feels so good for me, and it was echoed today because I had a client that had like an all day session, and they brought their client. So they had like a content
Come on,
day.
client, bring in client.
Bring clients. And so they had a content day. They filmed for their business, and they support businesses, and they're a production company as well. So it's like a production company and a production company in the same space. And when their client was smiling, their client left happy. And then they said, like here in the room, they just get so much joy. And there's two guys, and one guy was like, I could tell because every time I turned around, you were just smiling from ear to ear. First of all, let's talk about the brotherly love. Like that was just wicked to see the brotherly love. And then after I was like, I shared those sentiments of like feeling good for my clients, and my clients feeling good that their clients are so happy. And I'm like, it's literally facilitation. We're all doing our own little piece, and everybody's feeling so happy, right? Like there was literally 3 businesses in here, right? 3, mine, them, and their client with a business. And I'm supporting them, they're supporting them, they're supporting me.
Gotta love that ecosystem, right?
I'm telling you. So that is one thing that is real good for me right now. Honestly, I had a talk with somebody last week, and it has pushed me to show up on social media. It has only been a week, about a week. And with that week, I have done so much. And the abundance is just like flowing to me.
So showing up on social media more has been abundant for you in just that week?
It's showing up for myself because it's more than just being on social media. Right. So that is a thing, because now that I'm being more visible, like I have people knocking on the door, coming by. We're at a market. But by the market end, somebody pulls right on up. Girl, I've been trying to get a hold of you. And so it's like amazing, right? It's amazing.
Very.
But it was the talk that started it, that really pushed me. And sometimes you just get all stuck in uncomfortableness.
Agreed.
So showing up for me, having somebody support me like that, I did talk about it last week. Support me like that has made me show up for me more. And I've done so much so that I had to push. Somebody else said it's almost like having accountability. So that accountability is so good for me right now. It's so good for me. It's so good for me. It feels so good. I'm tired. I'm hungry, but it feels I need.
That's real.
And my energy is so good for me right now.
That's good.
Like this conversation, all I can think about is like 2025. And that's why this conversation is so crucial, because we are doing the reflection, and that is what will set us up to propel. And that is so good for me right now, because in January, I won't be thinking about it. I would have been like, check. You know what I'm saying? Because we moving, right? So, right?
Grooving.
Girl, I love it. Those are my 3.
I love it. I think something that you said stood out to me was about like showing up more for yourself, and then also like being on social media as a way to show up for clients that you might not see physically or even know you exist. So I think that is a medium. And sometimes people get a little too caught up on just social media being the one place that people can find out about you. And so I like that. I did a live on Monday making a smoothie on IG. And I typically only go live on YouTube and Facebook. And so I did that on IG. That was pretty interesting, a little engagement. And then matter of fact, I went live more than that. Then I went live again when our power went out at school on Monday with one of my students, and that was really fun because we was playing Connect More. We were playing a game, and so other people got to like engage with my students by like answering the questions that we had and had discussion. So that was pretty dope. And my student wanted to go live, then I did. And then another time,
let's go.
But it was good though because they got to learn from other people.
You too.
They did, and so then 2 times this week. I did today and yesterday. I did a Teacher Desk Chronicles on IG Live where I was just eating and like while I was eating my lunch. And maybe that's something you can incorporate in order to get in more meals if you'd like. But I was eating. Yeah, I was eating my lunch. So today I ate cereal and I was talking and I actually met a lady and she was getting support, insight, ideas from me, Nayetta, Cynthia, about like changing her eating habits and providing healthier options for her grandkids and, you know, being in pain. And so that was a really dope conversation. Like had I not showed up, you know, we wouldn't have been there for her to, you know, get these different ideas, this insight, and for her to be able to get further support. So that was good. And then yesterday, I told you about it. Somebody wanted to join the live and he was talking a lot about hydration and how we don't talk about and emphasize enough how important hydration is just to the body. People focus a lot on food, but you don't hear as much going in on hydration. And I was just telling him, like, I love juicing, like H3O me all day. You can hold your water and get in that the hydration from fruits and vegetables. And so that was dope to even have that vibe with him yesterday by just showing up on the live. And so I'm realizing that the more I show up, and I don't care about like followers like that. I care about being able to make an impact, be supportive, and empower other people. You know, it doesn't matter to me what the number says, how many people come through. If they're not engaging, they're not getting empowerment, they're not motivating, you know, they're not, you know, feeling like, oh, my wellness needs to be good. Oh, it doesn't have to be draining and boring. Oh, I don't have to think about all the foods I can't have. I can get excited about the foods that are doing good and can help me reduce pain. And, you know, I do already love. And so that has been good in regards to that. And I think the more I keep showing up, even if it's in social media, it becomes natural in person to be able to tell people what I do, who I help, and because I'm getting those reps in. So I think showing up for ourselves, that in regards to what you said and what I said that we're enjoying right now has been like a vibe, and I like it. But I also know there's things that I need to improve on in other ways that I can better show up, and we'll get into that. But y'all, if you haven't already, we're already 12 minutes into this discussion. Y'all make sure you look into the description of our show notes, and make sure that you are subscribing to both mine and Shireen's platforms and provide that support and that love. So go ahead and hit subscribe, hit that notification bell so you never miss a video. And we greatly appreciate it. We greatly appreciate it. All right. So wellness win, Shireen. What's your wellness win? And anybody else that's listening live or catching the replay, hit us with your wellness win in the chat. What you got, Shireen?
I don't know. Oh, excuse me. I don't know. Ooh, I am beyond beat tired. And the words, I know these words that you say, sleep hygiene, and it's something that I will improve on, but it's not there right now. That's why I'm so tired. Wellness win. Girl, you go first because I can't think. You go
I
first.
just went first.
Oh.
That's why you always get the first wellness win.
I'm going to say the C word. Confidence. So,
Ooh. Okay. Go ahead. I like that.
Yeah. So I heard, you know me, I heard this tickety TikTok. And tickety TikTok, you don't stop. All right. So I heard this. I said heard because I was driving, but I heard this TikTok, and the lady was saying that we're all creative by nature. And she was like, remember when you used to make things with your hands? That means as an adult, you're supposed to be building things. It could be whatever you're building, right? She's like, remember when you used to paint as a child? That means as an adult, you're supposed to be getting into design. Remember when you used to do make believe or drama? That means you should be in film. So she was breaking down all these things that that we may have done as a child, and like how that translates to being creative as an adult. And so today I dropped that a Christmas package, because we got our whole Christmas room set up for photography, and I'm like, oh, am I really a photographer? But her thing was, were you that person back in the day? Now I'm gonna age myself, so back up. Were you that person back in the day that used to have the camera and used to take pictures? Because we used to have disposable cameras. So were you that person? And if you were, honey, you have the eye for photography. Now everybody that pulls up in here is like, Shireen, you designed this place so nicely. You should be an interior design. And I'm like, But then I was thinking today, when I heard her message, or yesterday, whatever it was, I was like, wait, I've been taking pictures. Photographer, I've been taking pictures.
Definitely have.
Designer, interior, I've been taking pictures. Creative, grateful, my own style, my own flow, my own. Let me just lift my chest up a little bit, right? Because the confidence. And it actually, sometimes you have to hear things before you're like, ooh, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense. So my wellness win is just putting a bit more of that confidence in my cup and taking it with my water. Because, yeah, got to put it out there. And I see we got some people up in the chat. We got Tanisha. Her wellness win is she passed her drug test. I have to know what drug to give, when to give it, not to give it, and what I'm giving it for. Let's go to me.
I know that's right. Now that's a dub for sure.
Right?
I love it. I love it.
And then we got our friend, shoot.
Oh, shoot.
Only if it wasn't forced. Now, I don't know what you're referring to, but if you give some more,
right.
Give us some more context. I'll shoot.
Because I don't know. I don't even know what part that was for either. I don't know.
But what I love to see is just celebration amongst us all.
Love it, love it. Thank y'all for coming and tuning in.
Let me put this on here.
We love y'all. Wellness win.
Yeah, drop it.
Wellness win.
Drop it.
Wellness win.
Let me put
wellness win.
I thought you said you just gave it. Or you have another one.
Yeah.
Referring to the talent. It's not
talent.
That's the thing that she was saying on shoot that was so cool about it. It was like, whatever you enjoyed doing as a child, there's something there that you naturally do. Right? So that you're supposed to be doing. And you could nurture anything. It doesn't have to be that one. I used to ride my bike a lot, right? I love being in nature, right? I used to swim. I used to dance. I'm naturally creative, right? My son used to try to do, help me if I say this wrong, park, just used to jump around the sofa like he was a little ninja. You know what I mean?
I understand that.
There's that martial art. He used to do that martial art, right? That what is it? I don't know what it's called. Parkour, whatever. Parkour. Anyways, I was just thinking, okay, he could just jump around and do. There's something there.
Gotcha.
Something there. So I'll shoot. Just to go back to referring to the talent, think about what you enjoyed as a child, because some of that might lead you to something that you are passionate about here, because you felt that innate joy. And if not, and you cannot think about what you enjoyed, you know what you need to do as an adult is go out there and explore different things and feel for that joy. And that joy might have you discover something new that's there. Yeah. Thanks, son.
Yeah, wellness win. I'm gonna have to say,
Awesome.
A wellness win It's been going really good.
Mm-hmm.
It could be what we talked about before, like getting back on track and already knowing what to do to get back on track. But I'm
Yeah.
going to say yesterday, wellness win. I was tired. And again, it could probably be some of the food, like I said, I've been eating.
Mm.
When I eat certain foods, it does make me sluggish. I do think it plays a role in my hormones as well, having polycystic ovary syndrome. Eating high carbs, it could definitely have that adrenal fatigue type vibe to it. So I do believe it could definitely be a hormonal thing by not getting in the typical foods that I enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that have enjoyed. That was when I was on the high raw journey. I'm going to say that I was tired. And so after getting on the live with Sports Sense, there were things I could have done. But I said, I'm going to bed early. I'm sleepy. I'm ready to get into bed. And I got into bed and I got some rest. And
What's in
so
that sleep hygiene?
and it might not be every day. But yes, I got in those hours. I got in the 7-8 hours and it felt good. I was able to sleep. And then it was so cold that I didn't want to wake up. And so we only got in 3.03 miles instead of our normal 4. But my wellness win is I listened to my body and I got that rest when I was tired. Things are going to get done when it gets done. But I need to be able to show up for me first. And get the rest that I deserve. So that was my wellness win.
Whoop, whoop.
Yes.
Whoop, whoop.
Win. So if you haven't already shared, please
let
make
us
sure
know.
that you drop your wellness win. So let's get into this thing. Reflect and prepare for a successful new year, y'all. What are you thinking about in regards to how you want to show up in this next year, in this next month, in this next season, in this next chapter of your life? We are just going to reflect and kind of think about the things that how we would like to prepare for this next phase.
Absolutely.
What you got, Shireen? What you thinking?
I was just gonna ask you if anything stands out, but
Stands out.
like
Reflecting on me. I'm gonna say when we started this almost like it was around a year ago around this time, we were doing like the castor oil and the wraps, and we did the magnesium baths. I want to do more of those things in regards to how I am caring for my body. I want to continue to have a less toxic life, not just speaking in regards to people and food and cookware. I'm talking clothes, I'm talking products, and I want to continue to really reduce the toxins that I'm exposed to. That's a big thing for like my endocrine disruptors, having endometriosis, adenomyosis, PCOS. And so I really want to do that. And that's why I was adamant about like in my store, my Shopify store, having products that were 100%, organic or cotton. And because I know how much it matters to people in my target audience, let alone anybody who's looking for, ways to reduce toxins. So I want to get more into that when it comes to like clothing and products, continuing to reduce exposure to toxins. That's a big thing for me, but also getting in more of those magnesium baths regularly, and really giving my whole body the opportunity to be addressed in the wellness, space. So the dry brushing, got the dry brush. I want to start doing that. Hopefully by like December, I want to start getting in that dry brush, and I want to make sure I get in a magnesium bath or two throughout the week. So there's certain things that I want to incorporate that allow me to care more for myself and my body holistically overall, that should boost my well-being. It's something that I first thought about when I said, okay, how are we reflecting for this next phase, this next season in regards to how I show up for me? That's one thing. What you got?
Oh, excuse me. I like that you said magnesium baths because girl, and even your clothing, Giovanni, because I'm actually seeing more on TikTok, just people talking about the toxins that are actually in clothing material that we're not aware of. And you're seeing it with everything because you're actually starting to see a lot of class actions come out. So that's a good one. And the magnesium, girl, I've been dying to get my body into some magnesium because No, I have, and they're talking about that too in my streamline, in my TikTok. They're talking about that. They're literally saying it is literally the number one source that women need to be intaking, right? So like douse me down, let me soak in that tub and get that magnesium through the biggest organ, my skin. Let me get it in. Um, for me, my reflection right now, I'm like trying to become like self-sustainable, right? And it's really about growing my business. I'm all about the business and all about it. And I just want to do better as a businesswoman.
Mm,
Um,
okay.
I haven't, that's where my reflection has been like, I didn't realize like I've talked about this. My emotions get in the way of what I'm feeling every single time I sing that song. I've been singing it. Me and Jill Scott just been rocking together. So that cannot be a distraction, as much of a distraction, because nothing's going to just change like that. And I'm supposed to feel the feels unapologetically, but also be able to move. So, being conscious and flipping it and putting it over there so I can deal with it when I got to deal with it, but not let it stop me from doing things. I need to move faster. I keep saying it, but I give myself grace because this is year one. December is coming around, it's right around the corner. It's about a week. And at a week and 4 weeks, or 3 weeks, 4 weeks, I would have been in this studio for one. Oh, okay, I'm going to be bad. For 1 year. I would have had the keys. The
Keys, right? Because I'm about to
for
say
a
it
year.
wasn't
We
until
didn't
like
launch.
March.
Yeah, we
Would be
launched in March, but the keys were given to me right before Christmas. Here's your Christmas gift. I really want to be bad. Woo! Woo, my mouth is bad. I'm literally
proud.
controlling it.
We're proud of you.
I'm controlling it. I'm trying. Yeah, I'm trying. For the people that's watching. Yeah, so I want to move faster. I want to be more efficient. I recognize that I was supposed to do a solo episode, but I want to record. I have not been on the mic. And every time I sit, I have not been on the mic. And you don't, because I'm so much in the weeds, I don't even realize how much I miss it until I sit on one of the chairs because I don't really sit there. Sometimes I sit over there like this. I'm tired. I don't feel it. But when I sit and I'm like not completely spent and I sit there, I'm like, oh man, this I feel like I should be record. I was sitting there, I was training my son on some of the equipment today. Actually, I'm supposed to have a recording tomorrow, but
For you or for somebody else?
I'm supposed to be interviewing Alex.
Okay, so you'll actually be recording a podcast episode.
Yeah, but we'll see because like I'm really tired and I got stuff to do. So,
okay.
But I was training my son on the equipment because I want a producer. I don't want to have to deal with everything afterwards. Produce my ish. I be producing everybody. Produce my
Productions.
ish. Right? So I was training my son and I was sitting there and the cameras were on me and I was like, this is beautiful. And I don't get any of this. So my reflection is about how do I become a better businesswoman? I'm moving slow. I want my turnaround rates to be faster. And I think it really comes down to it's time to hire a part-time. I'd love to actually have 3 people. I'm manifesting 3 people. So come on to me. I need a personal assistant. Let's go, personal assistant that is creative, that wants to try new things, that wants to produce shows, right? Come on. Bring it up. Come on. What I'm looking for is looking for me. That's what I need. You looking for someone to work with. Let's go. You in the culture. You good with it. You can handle this and this. Like you ready. You ready to just explore and be free and be you. Let's go. And then to have a couple of folks in the spot just willing to learn and being excited about producing and editing and all of the behind the scenes, because there's a lot of geeky shit that we do up in the place. And so you got to be up in the geeky shit. And I swore, but you got to be up in the geeky shit. So it's just kind of like how when you set up a business, you need to have your systems in place so that you can scale. And I did manifest this from before. I manifested that August would be so busy that I would need to hire someone. Honey, September, October, now I'm falling behind. I'm behind. I apologize in advance to all the people that felt it. It's probably really 2 of you, maybe 3 of you. Okay, maybe 4. But in the first year, I'm going to give 4. 4 out of is okay. I can deal with those numbers. But I want to get faster. I want to produce more.
I feel you on that. I think something that you said, like you said, you miss being on the mic. I feel like I haven't recorded a podcast episode since like September. I feel like September has been the last that because I recorded so many during the summertime in August, and in September I had so many episodes that were in like my back office that they've been flowing out, and now I'm starting to get where I might have like maybe two or 3 left, and then it'll be time for new episodes. And actually I had somebody reach out yesterday or the day before yesterday, emailing asking, about being on the podcast and kind of following up on an application that they did before. And I think I got a few more that complete application. Just got to get them booked to do the pre-record and record. So it's been so long since I've been able to just get in the Good Vibe studio and just vibe with someone. What I think needs to happen in the new season is I don't need to wait for guests to talk. I need to get out there and really just start talking and doing more solo episodes, because I would love to be able to speak more in-person events, live events. And then I feel like with this year of being like live with you for a year and then being live like coming February, I would have started going live by myself with the mukbangs. And I started that mukbang series when I went live every week. And so now I go live every week by myself, whether it's a mukbang, whether it's a juice prep. And so that's been building up what you said earlier for your wellness win, your confidence to speak, because before it's like, who am I talking to? Who is there? And so now I'm getting in a groove. And so I want to get better with like storytelling and having hooks and being relatable, and know that the people that I'm talking to know that I'm talking to them and I have something to offer them and that I'm here for them. Yep. And I want us to vibe and thrive together in this thing called wellness and well-being. And so I need to get in and just be producing solo episodes, even if I have episodes for a while, and I can, but it's been beneficial in the reflection part, because I was so into the podcast itself that I wasn't focusing on the business aspect as much. And I would have so much in the back office, but it wasn't as if I was talking to the people that needed the stuff that I had to make sure I have something for them and they were actually getting it and being able to utilize it. This entire time it's been more so, getting the journeys of strength out there, brand visibility, which has been amazing, because I've learned so much about myself and so much about other people, that people love the podcast. They love the space. Yeah. They think it's a brilliant thing to have and that is powerful. And I think so too. But it was like, I'm not just a podcaster, I'm a healthy habits and lifestyle coach. Like my educational background, my experience has been in health so long. That's where my passion is. Like, I'm excited about those kind of things. Not everybody gets excited about it. And so I need to get the reps in and still just speaking, even if I'm doing solo episodes or I'm just having, opportunities to say, hey, I'm talking about this. Y'all come vibe with me. Let's have a discussion. Let's hold space about this topic. And so doing that more regularly for the new season would be something nice to do.
I think you need to call it, join me in this coaching session.
Okay.
Right? You a coach. And all you got to do is call it a freaking coaching session. And maybe this goes to the conversation we were having yesterday. Maybe this is, I think it's just, sometimes it's just how you position. No, I just got really excited. So I think
and I'm trying to figure out what was the conversation yesterday.
we were getting ready for this call and we were like, just drop a little bit or something. But if you call it a coaching session and it's your live one, jump in here and get this free coaching session. Right? Oh, you want more? Funnel. Oh, you want more? Funnel. Right? But it's smoother. Right?
Yeah.
Jump in
I
here.
think so. I mean, I think it happened today with a lady who was in pain. I think I was telling you about it earlier on the live when I was doing my teacher desk chronicle and eat my cereal.
We're not
and I think that's good because you never know when people might need you and are in that same space. And
but I'm talking about the branding of it. So if you call that yes, she came in, she got some everything she needed. She got some coaching, but the branding of it was your teacher's chronicles, whatever. But if your branding is come in and get this coaching session, we're gonna just go live for our lunch coach. You come up with some great names. That coaching session. Are you picking up what I'm putting down?
I'm listening. I'm getting in here.
It's the brand. So now subconsciously they're like, oh, I got this tip. Offer Giovanni's the lifestyle coach. Offer Coach Giovanni's coaching session. I was right now. She's saying that woman walked away and she said, I jumped into what's it called? The Teacher's Chronicles?
Girl, that's what it was the last 2 days. Today I just hit live and forgot to put the title on there.
It doesn't even matter. Semantics. You talking about semantics, but that's what it was, right? So she will walk away because even if it had no name, she would walk away being like, oh, I jumped into that live and I got some information. If you had the name, she would have walked away saying, oh, I walked away. I got some information from that Chronicles teach. If it says jump into the coaching session, group coach, I walked away and I got some gems out of that coaching session. It's in her. Right. And so nothing actually changes from what you do. Right. You giving the gems, you've been giving the people them. And then when they go back, they're like, wait, but I could listen to coach's information on her podcast. Coach be talking all the time. Coach. Once upon a time, I used to coach. Yeah, I was gonna rap. Once upon a time, I don't even know which rap, which one, because I don't know. But once upon a time, I used to be a soccer coach for my son's soccer team. He was like 4, and mommy duties, right? Mommy duties. But there was a set of twins in there, and they didn't stop calling me coach. I don't think they knew my name. Coach. But as time went by, every single time they see me growing up, like as they were growing up, they'd be like, hey, coach. This is years. Sure you don't know nothing about no damn soccer? It was like kitty soccer, right? I knew to run. We never lost the game. We were undefeated. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey.
And at one point they were like, can you do the and I was like, can you stop? Because and then my son started playing basketball. But my whole point is the coach stuck subconsciously. Like your title here is coach, but why not just call your live a specific live, a coaching session? Whatever you talk, nothing you're doing is different, but we're planting that seed in the subconscious mind. So anything they walk away with. I got it from Coach Giovanni.
I like it. I definitely could take that into the new season.
Consideration. Put that shit into implementation.
I didn't say that. I said into the new season. So we're talking about the new season, the new the new cycle we're about to go through, the new phase in entrepreneurship or life. I like it. And it's good because I have fun with it. And so being able to strategically have like a topic of some sort in the event that, no one is there yet to, engage with or having something to be talking about, having a topic with that, which I like. So I think it's good. So that was something I was going to say that you talked about in regards to like you having record. So that was one thing. And then another thing you talked about.
Wait, before you go on, just one thing, just don't forget, pin it for 1 second. I wanted to say this before.
Okay.
Donnie's full transparency episodes when she's by herself is a coaching session. And she said
okay, thank you for that. That helps reframe the thought process for solo episode versus just talking about a topic versus having
she's always teaching us something in there. Let me give you these 5 tips. And she even says it like that. Let me give you these 5 tips to do XYZ.
Yeah. Jonathan used to call that too. He always said, if you give it like a number, like
Mhm.
3 days for that. It's easier for people to come and stay and get what it is that you have the whole time versus just coming to talk and you have a topic and they don't even know what they're about to get out of it to even stick around and invest that time. So yeah, I feel you on that. So thank you for bringing Donnie in. Allow me to remember that about Jonathan when he was talking about it at the beginning of my podcast journey.
Mm-hmm.
But what you were saying, another thing that you said that stood out to me was you were talking about your systems, like having your systems in place so you can scale. I know that was something that I stayed in my back office because we were in spaces and communities and had people who were all about, having offers, having this ready, having that ready versus actually being in the midst of the people to know what the people want, to be able to have the offers and the systems in place to meet the people where they are. And I think I've been in my back office so much, creating so many different products and services and everything out there that I need the people to come and actually get the things that I have to offer. So if you're somebody who feels like, oh, I don't have my SOPs, I don't have my systems all in place yet. I need to get all this figured out. Just go do it, because as you do it, you're going to start figuring out what it is that you need. So then that way your systems are even more effective. Your offers are even stronger and more beneficial because you solved a problem. You provided somebody with exactly what they need to then go clean it up, make it look better so you can scale. So don't allow feeling like you need to have all of these business things figured out to stop you from just going out there and being who you need to be and talking to the people who need to hear from you so they know that you do exist and that you can help them and that you're there for them. So I was just going to say that because you talked about systems and scaling. And I know for me, I've stayed in that back office and it felt comfortable knowing I was creating things for people, but we're the people to get those things. I haven't been out here talking to them and letting them know what I have and how it's going to help with their transformation and support them on their journey.
No, I hear that. I feel that too because that's like me showing up for myself, right? Because I'm in here, and sure, I've been doing a lot of the whole year. I've been going to events, right, and being outside, but not giving like more people a bit of me online, right? And then on top of that, I'm so focused on what's going on in the studio that they're not seeing Shireen, right? So they might catch a glimpse, a little one too. Actually, talking about showing up for myself, also how I appear. So I came in, you probably can't see because I'm tired now. I've been yawning and wiping and yawning and wiping. But I came in and I just put on my little makeup and stuff because I want to make sure that I also feel good. There is the feeling good on the inside, but also on the outside, right? Um, on how I show up. Because sometimes I come in the studio and it's for me. It is for me, right? When I used to work in corporate and it was working from home, sometimes I'd just be full makeup. It's a Tuesday. They getting that red lip. My camera could be off. If my camera goes on, they're like, "Oh," I was like, "Yeah, I gotta go pump my gas, or I had to go to the kitchen and make some coffee." Like it's for me, and so I feel good when I'm put together, and I haven't been doing the stuff for me, but also show up, and I'm gonna feel good and feel better even showing up and showing out because I got right. I mean, there's been some content sessions in here lately, and from like clients, and I've taken footage of them, and I always forget to take a picture of myself. But even if I do remember, I'm like, oh no, I'm not, honey, no. But what I envision when I think about my studio is, oh, this is how a studio owner looks. I'm a studio owner, so studio owner comes through. So it's like the energy I'm putting into myself. Then I put that out there and I can share it with everybody, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's important too. I think when you said that, what came to mind for me was that high raw journey. And it was like I was showing up for myself. I was feeling good, but I also knew there were so many people that were enjoying what I was doing, and so many people who went out and tried the things that I was trying at the different restaurants, loved it, started dreaming about the Chipotle walnut meat tacos, ready to go try this place, that place, because I was, sharing my experience with it. And so it started with me and you doing the 3 days, you know what I mean? And then I was like, let's keep going. And then as I kept going,
What 3 days?
Yeah, we won't go there.
Keep going.
But it started becoming like not just about me. Like other people were seeing how I was doing, how I was feeling, the journey, how it was going, and more people were like, "Oh yeah, this is dope. Let's see." Like people like to watch the journey and be empowered by it and see that it's possible. And I think that's the biggest thing for me showing up online is to show people that it's possible. I'm doing my 92 with you journey. That's just me finishing my walk and taking my sea moss right now. So I'm getting in my sea moss. I'm getting 92 essential vitamins and minerals right now in less than 90 seconds. You can do it too. I'm walking now and I'm catching that B-roll with me and Spencer. Like, y'all, come on, get the moving and grooving with us. Let's go.
And you're doing some good dance moves on the 92. I open my phone.
But that's good that you're getting with it. And
I open my phone. And I
see
some dance moves. I'm like, tap, tap. Okay, I got to keep going. Tap. Wait. Was that body roll? Tap, tap,
but did you get your CMOS in?
Huh?
But did you get your CMOS in?
Now, girl, like I'm a tapping it.
That'll come. That'll come.
One at a time. Body roll, tap, tap. Body roll, tap, tap. Body roll. I caught the body roll, right?
So I'm glad I'm starting to get something to get that hook going. Glad I'm hooking you in there.
Hooking me in, girl.
And so like that's been my thing. And I haven't gotten to that structure. So here we go. Another thing, having a routine in order for me to be able to effectively manage my time and get the things out instead of just winging it every single day. Hey, here I go. This me straight from the wall. Here it is. I put something out there. Oh my God, I didn't post today. Like I loved when I was scheduling content and using that scheduler and having it ready to go and already thought out and spend a few hours on it. And I didn't have to worry about it. I could just live the rest of the week without feeling like something need to happen. But I also feel like it's important for people to see your consistency because they're looking for you every day. And that could just be something that I do in my stories. That doesn't necessarily have to be the actual posts that come out. And so that way it's already thought of. So it lessens how much I have to think about showing up in content when I could just be ready to be the most vibrant, filled self to have these coaching vibes, when I do go live. So it's ready to go and not like, okay, did I post already? Do I need to do this? Do I need to do that? So having a routine in the next phase is going to be essential for me. Knowing the different series, the different things I want to put out there, how I'm going to show up, how I'm going to show up in the community, in the in-person events, just really getting a routine down and holding myself accountable for showing up and going to those places and doing those things. So that would be the other thing that I'll share tonight. And then I guess you can share one more. And then
on your same tip, also, if it's not planned, just grab something real quick and get it out. And I think
that's me every day.
No, but that's not me, right? And so, right, like I haven't been utilizing the stores. I haven't been. So it's like, just grab something real quick, chop it up real quick in CapCut. A lot of times, I spend time on my TikTok. So when I'm on TikTok, I do save sounds, right? And so now if I'm just grabbing this, I can easily just go and grab one of my saved sounds because I save sounds on a regular. And I'm not even doing that on Insta. Oh goodness. But I think like you named a lot of shit that we both could utilize. I want to spend time strategizing. I actually joined a call on Monday and they talked about systems and things, but and then the guys that were here, they support businesses. We were just geeking it out, talking about different things. We're always talking about streamlining something. I need my CRM up and rolling. I want my newsletters out. We talked about the live. They talked about one thing, and I was like, well, I went live the other day, and I showed them how to do use your Chat GPT to create a blog. I want my blogs on point. I want to be dropping gems like nobody's business.
I do too.
I got gems to join. Drop gems to join. Gems to drop. Gem. Yeah. And I want to share all my mistakes. I want to share my mistakes. So it's like I'm going to start taking it way back. Let's go back, way back, and then start releasing some of that way back. Let me tell you about the time the A74 did me dirty. Let me tell you about the time the sunshine decided to come up and roll up in my video production without giving me a little sheen on my melanin. Let me tell you about the time when I planned out this production. I tested it. It looked amazing. I recorded it on both my cameras and I lost the footage off of one camera. Like, let's share those things. I'm literally learning every single day. So there's like all of this. And I think prioritization is one, but I think the best part of this, Giovanni, is like we're doing it now. So we don't need to do the resolution shit in January. We're like, okay, let's take inventory. And I think the more we take, even if it's like monthly inventory, and maybe Giovanni, what we should do is like monthly, quarterly inventory, right? Because like right now we're kind of doing like a rollback for the year and saying like, what can we improve? But like if we do a monthly inventory, okay, so what was the month saying? Okay, so how does that compare to the other things? And I do actually think we should just do a quick document. Giovanni, let's do a working session. Let's make our rollback a working session on here.
Okay.
Right? So then it's more than just the conversation, but it's like, well, we are in what month are we in? November. Okay, what did you say last month? October. But you know what? You actually said something in July. So what's happening here? We moving or we taking something off because we need to refocus? Like I feel like we can put some of this productivity into motion, written motion.
Agreed. I see that.
Because we were writing before when we used to do our calls, our accountability calls with our sistrins.
We were.
Right. And like we were, everybody was writing something. Everybody was going to something. And I think there's a lot happening, but maybe we can bring back smaller elements to it. And we can
I think that'll be beneficial for all of us and our community to truly reflect, think about the month and how we want to approach that next month. So being intentional, but being mindful of yourself on what it is that you felt like you did good with, celebrating those things that did work out, and then kind of figuring out where do you want to keep growing and evolving in and be like a focus for that next month. I think that'll be good because then we'll all hold each other accountable. With those sessions, that we've been able to have. I think that sounds good. But it was something you said, and I forgot now.
But before, in my old job, we would do, hold it. You got it?
Mm-hmm.
In my old job, we would do retrospectives. And we would do our planning session. I actually have a planning session with one of my friends on Monday. So we would do a planning session to plan for what's coming up. We call it sprints. In Agile, we work in an Agile methodology. But we would do a retrospective so we understand what was good, what could improve. But we also planned our targets. Like, so we planned so we knew our targets, right? What are we trying to achieve? And then if we had to pivot our priorities, we pivot our priorities. So there's that grace, right? Because you can only do about 3 big things at one time. Right. So we don't need, and I usually have 10. And why have 10 when one is only one, if at all, is getting done, or other things that were not on the list is getting done. So maybe we focus on 2 and we keep one as like a floater. And we do a retrospect, we do a planning session, we do a retrospective. And instead of doing it monthly, maybe we go like 6 weeks.
Okay. I like it. Y'all let us know if you're catching the replay or you watching now, how you like this, if this will be beneficial to you, because again, this is our Wellness Live series. So we want all of us to be well and improving in any area of our wellness. And there's so many different dimensions of wellness. So just let us know what you think, what will work for you. I absolutely like that, Shireen. When you have too many, you're unable to truly focus and give it the all you have. And so one thing that I really like and is the 1 day planner. And so April came on the podcast. We knew her from the morning meetup, Shireen, and she came on the podcast, and she has the 1 day and so it's this 90-day planner, but it really helps you structure it and take it 1 day at a time. And she was able to accomplish so much in 90 days. So I think what you just said makes sense, not to overwhelm yourself with so many different things that you want to get done, but identifying a few, one or two, and really creating those action steps and the plan to really do it. And then there's something else I learned from CEO Coach Matt, and it was identify 3 ways you think you're going to be able to accomplish that goal, the action steps that might work. Try the first one, see if you like it, if it felt good. If it didn't work, then go to the second one. If that one didn't work, then go to the third. So you're trying out yourself in that first 7 days of the month to really see what's really going to work for you, because it might theoretically sound good, but not be something that will actually work out for you. And then that way you're giving yourself opportunities to try things. So you don't feel like when you tried one thing and then you just failed and you let it go and it's now on the back burner. And now you're not even trying to do it anymore. Or you just feel like it's not for you. So give yourself grace, but give yourself enough variety and attempts to do the things that you say you want to accomplish, because you deserve to accomplish the goals that you have for yourself. And so I would say that what I was going to say earlier, that's kind of null and void because we're past it, was you were talking about working like your stories. And so the only way that I've gotten so much better with my stories is CEO Coach Matt had us doing like a stories challenge. And so we had to be in our stories. And the thing about the stories is just being relatable and just talking about what it is that you have, but also letting your stories be a place where that's your commercials, where you put your call to action, whether that's subscribing, getting a freebie, getting a program, promoting your product that you just have, joining your mailing list. So that's where your commercials come in the stories. But a lot of the stories don't need to just be sell, but letting them get to know who you are. And so many people, now that I've incorporated my stories, because you used to see it before, Shireen, I would just share a lot of other people with endometriosis platforms, PCOS platforms, sharing the different facts to help raise the awareness of what they were having. And now that people are seeing me and Spencer more often, they're having us go on brunch, they're getting to know me, they're getting to know Spencer. And when people are able to get to know you, they're able to relate with you, then they'll start to trust you. Then they want to be around you, spend more time with you. Then they'll actually go watch an hour-long podcast, or maybe they'll watch the 10-minute snippet that you have now. And so the stories are very powerful. And I didn't realize that till now. We hear people say post, but to be able to be intentional with the story and understand what you're doing in your stories helps keep things going, because it's not something that needs to last longer than 24 hours because it was so yesterday or the day before. It didn't need to necessarily stick to your profile. So having those stories. So anybody that is representing an organization, a nonprofit. I know Tamisha told us about the Double Dutch and showed us her jacket and was talking about the Double Dutch League. Like, utilize those stories to promote, the short things to allow people to really understand what it is that you're doing, what your community is all about, without making it feel like it has to be a post, and let the post be the real valuable thing that you want people to be able to come and see when they're just coming to take a look at you. And so when you were talking about getting into the stories, I know you say you want to feel good, but sometimes it could just be holding on down in the store. Y'all, I'm pulling up to the studio, I'm late, or hey, I'm about to leave, I done got this done, or y'all, I just trained my son on production and I'm getting so excited that I'm passing on.
That's a good one.
Someone else. You know what I'm saying? Just to give you an idea, like, it's quick, but it's happening. And it's just like, here it is. I let you in on what's going on, the day in the life of, a podcast studio owner or production studio
that last week.
And just doing it more regularly. And it's really like letting people know who you really are and what you're really doing. That's just kind of in the moment and just kind of keep you flowing. But
all right, you hit on the letting them know who you are. Because this morning I seen a post when I was just looking on Instagram quick, and it spoke to me. And so I went to put it in my story as like, I don't even remember what it was, but I drafted it, put in my story like, oh, this is me. This is a reflection of me, or this is speaking to me. But then I was like, yeah, and I didn't put it. And then because you brought up the one thing, maybe it's not two things and keep one as a floater. Maybe it is what we're tracking here, because you might have multiple things that you're working on. Maybe we're just tracking your big audacious goal, right? So in that 6 week factor, because I was, when I was looking around here too, I also have a planner from someone, and that's the same person I jumped into her coaching call on Monday. And I really want to sit down and plan. Like, I'm excited to sit down and do this strategy, because I don't want to just be doing things for doing things sake.
That's why I was so dry for a while.
You're just like everywhere.
Yeah, it was just like, I got to figure out how I'm supposed to show up, who I'm going to talk to. And I'm just not out here just about to be scheduling, just to be scheduling, doing, just to be doing. Let me take time to figure it out.
Yeah, like
and just see what the flow is and how I go and what I like. And I'm enjoying it.
But I think that when we do that, we are intentionally working towards our targets.
Mm-hmm. We are. And it takes time. So definitely have to trust the process, y'all.
It's no different from when you're like incorporating, you're like going to the people that work. They want to know that you're hitting their numbers and what are the actions you're going to take to hit their numbers, right? So what do? We plan, we strategize, and then we execute. Well, we got to do the same shit for ourselves. And sometimes we forget all of that. But looks like we're wrapping up. I already pulled our card.
And to be getting into like busy work. And you don't want that. When it starts to become busy, then it's not as valuable and intentional as what it is. And so if you're just doing it just to do it, you're losing the heart, and the drive out of it. So always remember your why. Go back to your why. Make your why big enough that no matter what obstacles and challenges come, you're still trying to figure out a way over it, under it, around it. Stand still until you can figure out the strategy to move and push through. But just don't forget your why, and know that you deserve to have a successful next phase, next cycle, next year, whatever it looks like for you. So make sure you get in that time to reflect and then figure out how you're going to prepare, and don't give up on yourself. Give yourself multiple opportunities to approach the things that you want to accomplish.
Yeah, I wouldn't say stand still until I know we always talk about be still, and I love it. Those are my words. That's my grandma.
I say just pause, because just move.
I'm gonna
but we also talked about that the other week, though, didn't we? Taking action.
Yeah, I'm gonna say don't pause, because sometimes just do, so you're getting it done, because then you get caught up in the overthinking it. And I mean, I can only speak for myself. Just do, and then find the time. Like, you're gonna be strategic here, so you're gonna find the time to sit and reorganize your thoughts, and then still get things out until you can get it out the way you want it. So better you're doing something than you're doing nothing. And with that, I will go right into our word that I pulled, which is fearless.
What? Mm-hmm. Go fearless into this.
Right, Anita? Oh shit, that's funny. Can you imagine that someone's joining out? They're like, what the hell are they laughing at? Wasn't that funny? Someone's like, wasn't that funny?
Come on, Shireen.
We're fearless. We've been fearless with our laughters and our jokes. Don't let your fear of what could happen make nothing happen.
What? Read that one more time. Come on.
You don't know I was about to still. Don't let your fear of what could happen make nothing happen. And I'm going to say that on the positive and on the negative. Don't let your fear of what could happen on the negative, like, oh shit, I'm being judged, make nothing happen. Don't let your fear of showing up for yourself make nothing happen. Don't let your fear of being successful, don't let your fear of failing, don't let your fear, period, hold you back from doing shit, because that should be holding me hostage. Not anymore.
Not no more.
Not anymore.
Turn it loose.
I was gonna say every which way will loose.
Y'all, thank y'all for tuning in to another Herbal Tea Thursday, our wellness live series. It's your healthy habits and lifestyle coach, Giovanni, host of the Empowered Plates Empowered Lives podcast. Check out the Empowered Plates Empowered Lives podcast. Information in our show notes. Go vibe. And if you're like, I'm not quite sure, hit the playlist that I have with the snippets. So like less than 10 minutes of an episode. And so you can go check and get a little sample. See if you vibe with the conversation if you want to go and listen to a little bit more.
I have that for live coaching.
And you can do that too. And so that has actually been on IG. Maybe that's what I do on IG. And then make sure I remind people to come over to YouTube where all of the content is. And so that might just be what it is. And y'all, in the description of my live, you have options to click on the LINK and either get an empowerment call, grab the toolkit, but most importantly, if you don't already have that anti-inflammatory guide, get the guide. The guide guarantees that you're on the email list. I have a 5-day experience coming up December 2nd. 5 days on your day. 5 days where you're prioritizing your wellness, mindful movement, mindful eating. We're talking plant-based nutrition, and we're getting in at least 15 minutes of either stretching, weights, resistance bands, me and Natasha. So make sure that you are subscribed to the YouTube channel with the notification bell hit, because that's where we'll be streaming from with that. Y'all, I love y'all. Shireen.
All right, folks. You want to start a show, a podcast, maybe some production work, some video. Maybe you're a CEO, a founder, and you just need a little video, something for your site, something to like help you get speaking gigs. We got you. Pull up. Even if you have the content, but you don't know how to put it together, pull up to perspectivestudioproductions.com. Check it out, because we just revamped our site today. Check it out. Hit us up in the contact us if you don't see what you need, because we probably offer it, but we just haven't put it out there as yet to you. But if you need a little bit of help with that video production, even if it's just editing what you got, send us a message and we will hook you up, because that's what we do. We help with shows. We help with content. I've had like 3 different clients this week, just content days. I booked another person today, just content days, right? Just getting the things that they need together for their business so that they can be successful. And we are in November 21st to be exact. November, December, it's a great time to get yourself focused, head down, grab a couple of things in there for your business. So you are already running in that new year. You're not doing no resolution ish. If you want to do that on your personal stuff, I don't know. I can't tell you what to do. All I can say is if you need some help, we'll probably help you out. Follow us on Perspective Studio Productions Instagram to get some of that live, that behind the scenes, to get what's going on in the studio. But you know what I really need to grow? My TikTok, because Black Prince TikTok is decent and Perspective has like 7 followers, like 7. What am I supposed to do with 7?
Girl, I haven't even really been posting on TikTok like that. I'm just trying to focus on one short platform and then continue
the same content.
But it is. And that's better for me when I have scheduled, because then when I schedule it, it goes to everything at one time when I'm scheduling versus me having to post here and then post there. But y'all, to my endometriosis conquerors, my PCOS posse, and my adenomyosis thrivers, I absolutely love y'all. Thanks for vibing with me, y'all.
Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next week. All right, let me hit this end. Oh, you got it. Wait. Where's his mouse? There it is. Wait, I'm trying to hit the end.
And come on,